3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and it's Storytime Live, episode 91. Holy shit, can you believe it? 91 episodes of this nonsense, and you guys were here for it all. Except for Vankman. He didn't show up until after episode 50. But everyone else, thank you for being here. Thank you for making this all possible. Normally, I would celebrate a big 100th episode, but I don't know if I'm going to make it that far. So let's just get through 91 episodes, shall we? I hope you guys are having a good evening. As always, I'm a little late to the party, having technical issues. Just being the top-notch, professionally run stream that you come to expect. That's what I do. Ash on Comics. Holy shit, except nothing worse. Because you don't want worse than this. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. Got my little chat stream up so I can read what you guys are saying. It's called technology. Melissa Harris retakes her throne as first, and she claimed it twice. Maranya is also here, and RDV second and third. Good to see you guys. Tehillim is also here with his trademark G2CU all. Eric Breen is in the house, honoring me with his presence. You never know when, I don't know. The Breen gods are very fickle, and I try to do my daily offerings to appease them, but I never know what I'm going to get. But he's here, so I am here. He says, tell Ash I'll be here after I finish From Here to Eternity. Oh, so nice. Ronnie says, hello, Melissa. And you tell him yourself, Eric. I'm not your social secretary. Yeah, take that, Eric. Take that. Take it. Comics Quirks with Jimmy is here. I can't stand that name. We gave you the name Jimmy because Comics Quirks is too hard to say. It does not roll off the tongue. And so we call you, and then, so you decided instead of just going with Jimmy, which everyone, because now you made it even harder. Comics Quirks with Jimmy. He says, damn it, I thought I was going to be first. Jimmy shows up 8 minutes after 10 and thought he was going to be first. I'll tell you, Generation Z, crazy. RDV says, it's official. I got a damn head cold. Uh-oh. RDV's got COVID. You better be quarantined, buddy. Got a nice drink tonight. Hopefully you guys have a nice refreshing beverage. I decided to pass on the alcohol this evening because it makes me really drowsy. And I just wasn't feeling super high energy. So I was at the dollar store. That's my new favorite place, is the dollar store. Holy crap. I know. They only been around for 20 years, right? I think it's a Dollar Tree. It's the official one, Dollar Tree. It's one of the cool dollar stores where everything is actually $1. I used to have one when I was in Colorado. I think it was actually called the Dollar Store. They all have different names. And you'd go in there, and they had a bunch of things for $1, but it was like starting at $1. And then you'd have other things like $2, $3, $5. And you're like, oh, this is a dollar store. It's like the dollar menu at the fast food place. You know what I'm talking about? Like, nothing's on there as $1 anymore. They had to all change it to be the value menu. But I remember when it was in transition, like they would at least keep one thing on the dollar menu as $1, so they could call it a dollar menu still. But you're like, dude, everything else is like $2, $3. Oh man, McDonald's calls their menu the $1, $2, $3 menu because apparently they're trying to make an even more complicated name than Comics Quirks with Jimmy. So, I don't know, Jimmy, you got competition over there. RDV, I do hope you get past that COVID. Let's see. You still have some time. I think you can get past the symptoms before Thanksgiving. And maybe you'll be immune. Or maybe you'll spread it to what did you say? You can have 30 people and your family together. Maybe you can just be a big super spreader and cause us all to die. It's nice knowing you guys. Blame RDV. Ronnie says it's almost first, but the reigning champion Melissa beat me to it. When Melissa puts her mind to it, it's hard to beat. Let's see. Ronnie is sympathizing with RDV. Says fluids, lots of chicken noodle soup, plus oranges for you. Yeah. RDV says I have NyQuil and lots of drugs to make me feel better. Yeah. So instead of listening to Maranya, who's got age-old wisdom to impart to the youngster, he's going to take antihistamines and destroy his immune system and, well, whatever. RDV, he's an adult. He can live his own life. Let's see. Jimmy says, Maranya out there being a good mom. Jimmy. Dude, that's not how you talk to the ladies. It's not. Breen, check on your boy over there. Give him some life advice. What happened to the... Jimmy needs some educating. NyQuil gives me seriously messed up dreams that I wish I could remember because they're far, far better than what Can't Write Well is doing to my guy. That's the new marketing gig for NyQuil. NyQuil. What was I just lost what I was going to say. That's how good that was. Oh, NyQuil will give you hallucinations better than a Marvel comic. Oh, man. Let's see. Hey, I grew up with Italian penicillin quirks. Only my version wasn't chicken noodle soup, but chicken soup with postina, a tiny ball-shaped pasta in it. I recommend chicken and rice. That's the soup you should have, is chicken and rice. If you're sick. If you're not sick, put whatever the hell you want. I like noodles in my chicken soup. Especially the big wide egg noodles. Those are the best to put in chicken soup, in my opinion. But if you're sick, recommend chicken and rice because rice is a natural, it's like soothes your stomach. It's easy. It helps your digestion. So if you're sick, you might have nausea symptoms potentially. Rice will be better and much easier to digest than the noodles. Let's see. Ronnie says, plus most cough medicines make the cough worse. The only one which works and doesn't make me sick is Delsym. Well, that actually depends on what kind of cough medicine you get, right? Because some cough medicines are expectorants. They're actually supposed to make your cough worse. An expectorant is designed to help you get the fluids out. Like, because if you're having a cough, but you're not like getting it out of your lungs, like you have a chest cold and you get that fluid in your lungs and you're trying to cough, but you're not really doing well, you want to get an expectorant. It's not as good. It doesn't feel as good necessarily because you are coughing more, but it breaks up that phlegm, helps you get it out. Then a cough suppressant does the opposite. Cough suppressant is where, man, you're just coughing and hacking up shit and you're just like, I need this to stop. Usually you get something like that if you're at work and you're just like, I need to get through the day. So, and then there's like there's a kind that actually help you make more mucus, like Mucinex. Don't take those if you've got the wrong kind of cold, man. I almost drowned in my own fluids with Mucinex once. RDV says, Jeremy Whitley is writing a far better Iron Man story than Cantwell and Bendis. What does that tell you? Doesn't tell me anything because Cantwell and Bendis can't write. So apparently Jeremy Whitley's not terrible. I don't know what that's supposed to tell me, RDV. Ronnie says, which reminds me, once I'm settled in the new place, I'll probably make a big pot of turkey soup with I miss leftover turkey soup. Now I'm going to have, thanks Ronnie for bringing up bad memories. They're just kidding. It's not your fault. That tells me I need to get me some what? IDW? Why would you get any IDW? Doesn't make any sense. Jimmy says, RDV, if you want to read good Iron Man, read Fraction. Or let Ash read it to you. I am drinking some yerba mate tea. If Sergeant Bats were here, he would be proud of me, I guess. He's a big yerba mate freak. This one is made by Monster. Absolutely am not getting any sort of kickback. No paid sponsorship here. But I do like Monster, and they make a selection of teas. This one's called Dragon Tea. I'm a sucker for dragons, especially Asian dragons. I like Asian dragons. And this one's got a nice Asian dragon on it, and it's a yerba mate tea. Yeah, so you didn't care about that. But it was at the dollar store. So I was like, a Monster for $1? Yeah. Like, energy drinks are so ridiculously expensive. I just don't get it. So I figured, this would be good to have on the stream tonight. Give me a little stimulus, pump me up. I think what I really need, and since I live out in San Diego, where there's just meth, tons of meth available in Southern California. Maybe if I turn on to meth, and I can really just get it, have that stimulus and really energize my show. I don't know what you guys think. Let's see. RDV says, I read it. It was okay. Wow. If RDV doesn't like it, that's a problem, man, because that dude likes anything. Don't tell him I said so. Just keep it between us. Marani says, the Fraction run is really good overall. I like his treatment of the Mandarin. Well, hopefully it's better treatment than Iron Man 3. RDV says 91. More like 30 for me. Yeah, the number of episodes. Yep. I'm enjoying the Matt Fraction run right now. I got some quibbles with it, but I think part of it is just due to the modern Marvel. I've learned to not fault the creators entirely all the time. Sometimes that they have directives from down on high. You got to do this with the character, do that, or they're coming in after someone else's run, and it's like Tynan coming in on Batman. It's not his fault that Alfred's dead. It's like he didn't do it, but now he has to write Batman without Alfred. It's like and it's important that they keep the continuity, and so sometimes creators are dealt a bad hand, and yeah. So I like overall I like what Fraction's doing. And Iron Man, poor Iron Man. It's like being a Cleveland Browns fan. It's like being an Iron Man fan. They just don't get a good shake ever. Like, it's just, Iron Man is, what is up with Marvel? Man, they took a D-list character. Okay, maybe it wasn't D-list. Maybe I'm being hyperbolic. But Iron Man was never an A-list character previous to the MCU. Never an A-list character. They took this character that only comic fans, like dedicated Iron Man fans specifically, like Maranya, like really loved. And they gave him the royal treatment in the MCU. Like, they did some good things. That was bravo, you guys, what you did. And then they turned this character into a premium A-list superstar. Everyone now knows who Iron Man is, right? They brought him to the level of Spider-Man and Incredible Hulk, right? Which were previously the two big Marvel characters that were just ubiquitous, that people knew about. Even like normies, just like, oh, have you heard of the Incredible Hulk? Or like those are the two like most known. Captain America probably coming in third. And they just put Iron Man right on the top of the list with the MCU. And so what did Marvel do with all of that opportunity? Nothing. Oh my God. Yeah, geez. It's just too bad. Really too bad. And the problem is now it's too late. Now you can't really. They could throw like their best talent on Iron Man, and it might get a few extra sales, right? Let's say they put Chip Zdarsky on Iron Man and your favorite artist, whoever your favorite artist is, they put him on. It would probably get okay sales. Just okay. Because Iron Man is just not one of those characters, like I said, unless you're like a dedicated Iron Man fan like Marani or someone. And I think most comic fans are just like, yeah, Iron Man's, he's like a B-list character, like for a reason. But he had a time, there was an opportunity where I think they could have taken the changes and the goodwill that the MCU bought, tweaked the Stark character to make him a little bit more friendly to non-fan, like I'd say not yet fans. And and it would have been acceptable to older fans, I think, because Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal was so good that I think most fans were just like, I'm okay with this being a little bit off how the comics were. Like, it feels right. And that's how I felt, at least. I'll speak for myself. And they just seemed like they flushed that all away. And so now it's just like, all right, man. Too bad. Let's see. Teelam says COVID died of COVID. Oh, jeez. Melissa says, I will never accept cheater Biden as president. Oh, you will, Melissa. You will. You will be sent to the re-education camp. RDV says, you tell him I'm coming, and Bendis and Riley Rossmo are coming with me. Nice Tombstone reference. Tombstone movie if it was written by the current comic creators. Oh my goodness. RV says, I want to be patient zero for the zombie outbreak. I want to go down in history for being the guy who ended the world. Well, you are. COVID's going to end the world. Haven't you heard how just deadly COVID is? We all need to lock down forever and ever. Speaking of COVID, not to get in a downer, does anyone find it odd that we have a vaccine that we're developing for COVID that's actually less successful than the survival rate of COVID? COVID, if you're 49 years or under, I realize not everyone is 49 years or under, Eric Breen. But if you're 49 years or under, the survival rate of COVID is like 99.92%, I think is what I last heard. And the vaccine's success rate is, I want to say 95. I think it was 94.5%. But it's just depressing. Let's see. Ash, why are you besmirching my young charge Joshua? Says Eric. Oh. I didn't realize I was besmirching him. Apparently, Jimmy is Eric's ward. Do you dress him up in Speedos, too, and have him run around? Little green Speedos and a little orange button-up top? Maybe put a little bell in his hand, a monkey hat on his head. What a vision, Jesus. Ronnie says, homemade chicken and rice soup I can have. Whatever they do to that processed rice makes me sicker. Processed rice? What are you talking about? Processed rice? It comes from the ground. It's grown. It's not, I don't process it. Huh. Well, whatever. I think like Progresso chicken and wild rice is decent. Even the Campbell's. But if you're going to make it yourself, of course. I mean, homemade soup, of course. I mean, but Melissa says, hot cup of spicy ramen. Yeah, I'm a sucker for ramen, but man, unless you're like really going that all homemade, ramen is terrible for you. The instant ramen that is, like it's got more sodium than my show. Man, I'm on fire tonight. And now that I said that, I'm gonna go into the weeds. Jimmy says, Eric, you are the best YouTuber for a reason. That's the sound of Jimmy licking Eric's boots. How does one make a chicken? Well, see, Breen, when a mama chicken and a papa chicken called a rooster get together and they're really in love. Oh wait, never mind. Eric says, turn him into a leftist. Huh? Oh, how do you make a chicken? That's funny. So did anyone put up Christmas lights today? I felt like Clark Griswold. Some lights would not work. No. Anyone who puts up Christmas lights before Thanksgiving is a heathen. And they should be tarred and feathered. Yeah, that's what I think. Speaking of tarred and feathers, Computer Robots is here. What's up, my friend? Please don't annihilate us yet. We still have some more life to do. Please don't. I always think of Computer Robots like Skynet. It's one day is just gonna launch missiles at the enemy, and they're gonna launch back, and we're all gonna die, and the machines are gonna take over. He says, Ash, what do you think of the new Tom and Jerry movie? Wait a minute, don't tell me it's going to crash and burn just like the rest of them. I didn't even know there was a new Tom and Jerry movie, and that's my answer. Come on, Tom and Jerry. Jimmy says IDK stands for in-death war. Read war backwards. In death row? What is Jimmy saying? Eric, come get your boy. He's drunk. Ed says dragon tea? Yeah, no, but that's a good thing. Yeah, dragon, but it's dragon tea, monster dragon tea. Let's see. It says, I'll give you a little education here. It says, roughly 500 years ago, Spanish conquistadors conquered the Inca Empire. They stole the gold and silver and sailed it back to Spain. Unknowingly, they left a real treasure behind, the green gold, yerba mate. Since time untold, the native peoples revered yerba mate for its energizing and rejuvenating properties. Dragon yerba mate tea captures the amazing benefits of yerba mate for all to enjoy. Light, refreshing, and low in calories, with an earthly flavor to make all ancestors proud. So somehow Monster conflated the Incan Empire with Asian dragons. It's totally two separate continents on the other side of the world. Whatever. It tastes good. It's got all sorts of yerba mate in it and other stuff that Monster puts in. I like lots of B vitamins. I have a B vitamin shortage. I don't know if you knew that. I don't really share my personal health issues with people, but I do have a vitamin B shortage, and I take vitamin B supplements sometimes, not enough. I usually forget. I'm really bad at that. And so this gives me my vitamin B12 and liquid form. That's a good thing. Vitamin B is very hard for your body to process. So if you take, not vitamin B12 specifically, I should say, it's very hard for your body to process. So if you take it in like a tablet or whatever, your body actually absorbs very little of it. The best kind to get is like the liquid drops, and you put it under your tongue and you let your body absorb it through the tissue membrane. But that stuff can be expensive, but liquid form is the best if you can get it. Not that any of you really cared about that stuff. RDV, I missed the lights that you could put on your computer desktop. I think you could still get those. Vankman says, ironically, IDW Comics stands for I Don't Want Comics. He says, I'm biased to the Ghostbusters comics and the IDW Marvel comics because they are, for the most part, not woke. Quirk says, I meant IDW. Oh, okay. So you were saying IDW means in-death war, then read war. That's still too complicated. Jeez, Jimmy. That's like so complicated to get to that. It's like your name. Like it's even more so than that. You just got to be simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Um, Jimmy says, I bought the 300 hardcover today. I can't wait to read it. I can't wait for you to hate it. And after you hate it, I'll give you my address and you can ship it to me because I'll love it and give it a good home. But I am proud of you, Jimmy, for expanding your brain and keeping your mind open to new horizons. I'm a little bit torn, I have to admit. I mean, I want you to like it because it's good and I want you to like good things. But on the other hand, I kind of want you to hate it, so you'll give it to me. So I'm just admitting my bias, just being transparent. Venkman says, they still sell the large Christmas bulbs. You might get a migraine from the flashing setting. Why would you buy those for your desk, though, Venkman? Marvel needs to realize that Spider-Man will always be their most popular character. He is their Rick Grimes. Well, except that Spider-Man historically isn't their most... The X-Men was their most popular character for well on 2 decades. But they fucked that up. Oh boy. No, I don't think Spider-Man will be always the face of Marvel. But here's the problem with Marvel. They're diluting Spider-Man, right? How many not just Spider-Men, but like Spider characters do they have now? Right? You got 2 main versions of Spider-Man himself. Like literally just Spider-Man. You've got Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man. Then you've got Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl, Spider-Gwen, but she's actually called Ghost Spider. Then you've got, you did have Superior Spider-Man. I even count kind of the Venom, like characters, kind of like Venom feels like a Spider character. You got Spider-Man Noir. I know I'm missing some. There is a ton. It's just too many. I was just flipping through Comixology and I came across that series Renew Your Vows. And I was like, what the flip is this? It's like Spider-Man and Mary Jane and they both have spider powers and then they have a kid named Annie and she's got spider powers and then they like run around town fighting criminals as a family, like as if they're the Fantastic Four, but they're the Amazing Three. That's what they should have called the Amazing Three. That'd have been a better name. And why was the comic called Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows? Like, it looked like, I was like, oh, it's Amazing Spider-Man. But is it Amazing Spider-Man or is it a spin-off Amazing Spider-Man? I don't know, because I wasn't reading at the time. And I really don't care. When I see Mary Jane running around with spider powers, I just want to punch puppies. Yeah, and that's not a good thing. Let's see if I can catch up on chat ever. Ronnie says, processed rice is the rice in the cans of chicken rice soup. Progresso I can have. Campbell's and the other chicken rice soups, no go. But the rice is just rice. There must be something else in the soup that you can't have. Although Campbell's chicken noodle soup is pretty decent. But there must be some chemical or some I'm guessing it's probably a preservative that they have that your body doesn't react to well. Let's see. RTV says, I have to put up Christmas lights before the polar vortex hits and it becomes the day after tomorrow outside. Eric says, Thanksgiving is canceled so RDV can put up Christmas lights whenever he wants. Except Christmas is canceled too, so... So RDV is putting up Christmas lights for 2021. That's what he's really doing. Of course, that Christmas is canceled too. Fauci just called. Melissa says, computer robots, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver will always be mutants, and Magneto's kids and Franklin Richards will always be a mutant. Wrong. I wish I could do the Trump impression. Wrong. I can't do it. I can't do his voice. Wrong. Nah, I can't do it. IDW. I drink whiskey. Hashtag thank you, Dan Slott. Hashtag Franklin Richards is not a mutant. Kane is the Scarlet Spider. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Scarlet Spider. See, there's another one. And then there's Kane. Oh god. Also, MJ wore a suit that siphoned Peter's powers. She got the suit from a villain named Regent, who had defeated all the heroes. MJ helped save Peter, and they took down Regent. So then she took Regent's suits. So, God, that just made me dizzy reading it. Ed Brewer's in the house. I think he was in the house earlier, but I'm just recognizing him now. He says, remember when there was just one Spider-Man? MAGA. Oh, nice. That was a good one. I hate Hickman's X-Men just like I hate modern Marvel, so I also hate modern DC. Too much hate in your heart, Melissa. It's going to turn you into a cruel creature. Remember Gollum, the Lord of the Rings? That's what happened to him. He let hate consume his heart. Gotta let go of the hate. Maybe it's all the ramen. You're getting a little extra salty. Now that's too much sodium in your diet, Melissa. Venkman says, I'm putting up air traffic control lights since the employee at the tower are all sick with COVID. We're all sick with COVID. You know what I found out today? Did you know that nearly half people, 40% to be somewhat precise, don't even know they ever got COVID? I was like, Jesus, nearly half people who get COVID never even know it. Artivius says, okay, wait, guys. Things scrolling. I need to direct the Amazon drones to my house. Nice. Jimmy says, I hate that Slot ruined that aspect of Franklin. That's it. He destroyed my favorite family. Kill tar and feathers. Yeah, I don't understand. The thing that's stupid about the whole Franklin Richards thing is it just feels so like half-ass. It's just like, oh, let's just do a page to retcon Franklin and move on. Like, that should be a major story element if you're going to go there. Not just be like, oh, it's just a simple little retcon. It also doesn't really take into consideration, how was Franklin using the portals if he's not a mutant? Because only mutants can use the portals. Oh, what am I kidding? Nothing matters at Marvel. Thanks, Bendis. Make Arachnid great again. Make Ash great again. Hey, that's a good compliment. At least that means I was great once upon a time. So I guess I'll take that. RV says, I will gift you a new book soon, Ash. Oh, for fuck's sake. What's it going to be? It's going to be like one more day, isn't it? Valconin Maranya says, by all the symptoms that they're said for the beer bug, I've had it off and on since 2008. Eric says, those 40% died. That's why they didn't know. Hide in your basements until the government tells you it's safe to come out. Venkman says, I got COVID from reading Batgirl 50. Oh, my goodness. You guys are cracking me up. Jimmy says, MAGA stands for Mags. Silent V Asagio gets Avenger. Jesus, Jimmy. Eric, can you go give Jimmy an education about how to like keep things simple? He just overcomplicates everything and takes all the fun out of it. Computer Robot says 2023 is going to be Ash supremacy. All right, at least the computer robots will not be taking over before 2023. That's good news, people. We have it confirmed. Jimmy says COVID is like racism. You don't know you have it, but you do. There we go, Jimmy. That was a good one. That was a good. What do you call that? Was it an infield double? Is that the right term, Breen? I don't know these baseball terms. Breen says, this stream is at 10 people. I'm reporting you to Government Newsom. Oh man, I heard about there was a curfew. But I don't know about any curfews. So I'm like, what's going on? I live in California and I don't know about any curfew. I can spell curfew in California. Let's see. Governor Newsom orders curfew for most California counties. Let's see. Governor Newsom has ordered a curfew for all California counties in the purple tier amid climbing coronavirus cases. The curfew will affect 41 of the state's 58 counties and more than 94% of the population. Yay! The curfew, which the state is calling a limited stay-at-home order, stops short of a full lockdown. It will be in effect from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. when COVID is most dangerous. So stupid. Starting Saturday. The restrictions will be between those hours will be similar to the stay-at-home order that was in effect in March. That means all non-essential work, movement, and gatherings will have to stop in all purple tier counties. The curfew is set to remain in effect until December 21st at 5 a.m. December 21st? Holy fuck balls. Look at this. Blah, 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 blah. Together. No, I don't want to click on it. Together, we can flatten the curve again. Remember when it was 15 days to flatten the curve? Now we need a month to do it again. Fuck these tyrants. And why is it... What the fuck is a curfew going to do? First of all, between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m., very little people are out and about doing stuff. Mostly people who are out between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. are doing things they need to do. And what about those people that, I don't know, work night shifts? What are you going to do? I guess he's like, oh, if you're essential. This is so fucking stupid. Shelter in place. Here's how the shelter in place can control the coronavirus spread. We need the coronavirus to spread. It's called herd immunity. It's the only way that we can protect ourselves. People are going to die. It sucks. It's terrible. I could be one of those people. I don't want to be. But part of me kind of wants to be because I'm fucking sick of this hellhole world run by fucking evil tyrants like Gavin Newsom. But look, that's it. That's what happens. People die of shit all the time. People die of cancer. People die of tuberculosis. People die of the flu. You can catch things and it will kill you. It's been that way since humans have been around. This virus is not that deadly. And it's certainly not worth just taking away everyone's fucking liberty. Because only 99.92% of people are surviving it. We need to take away everyone's liberty for that 0.08%. However, on socializing, Galley was clear. Gatherings shouldn't occur between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. We know that's hard to imagine how to enforce, some of you may say. Well, how am I ever going to know? Wait, how am I ever going to be known if I'm doing that at home? We've depended on a partnership with you all, and this is about coming together. Oh, fuck. Tell me they're instituting rat on your neighbors. It seems the state may need to rely on people to self-police when it comes to the new restrictions. Several law enforcement agencies released statements Thursday with tepid support for the curfew. The city of Fresno said it's asking residents to voluntarily comply with the state's stay-at-home order, but added Fresno police would concentrate on their regular responsibilities to serve and protect the people of Fresno. Holy shit. They're not outright saying it yet, But, I mean, they're strongly implying here, rely on people to self-police when it comes to news. This is the beginning. This is right out of Nazi Germany, also 1984. Tattletale on your neighbors. That's what it's going to be. Oh, you see, is your neighbor having a dinner party? Report them to the SS so they can be carted away. Jesus. All right. Sorry. I'm not trying to bring everyone down. You can blame Eric Breen for getting me down that track. Let's go back to the chat. This is more fun talking to you guys. Dehelim says California is just like INGSOC. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, INGSOC is the government agency that kind of runs the world, or at least the nation state that's in 1984. It's supposed to be INGSOC is supposed to be English socialism. Not sure why it starts with an I, but English socialism. It's the fascist state that runs things. I know not everyone's read 1984, and that's really a shame. Let's see. Computer Robot says, I saw the video that you think. Oh, he's talking about Eric. Computer Robots is commenting on Eric and Thinking Critical doing a video on my channel. Thanks, Computer Robots. So back to the 300 book, even though I don't like Frank Miller for the most part, we just talked the other night and I said, you don't like Frank Miller. And you're like, I do like Frank Miller. And now here you are in my chat, Jimmy, in writing saying, even though I don't like Frank Miller, you should become a politician because this. Let's see. He says, you can't say that I didn't try. I really want to know why people like him. Well, I can say you didn't try. You didn't even finish one of the greatest comic book stories of all time. You got two comics in and you quit. If you want to just hate read stuff, that's not really trying. I mean, if you don't like him, I would say just don't read him. That's why I haven't read a lot of Alan Moore stuff. We talked about this before. Like, he didn't grab me. I don't even hate Alan Moore. I think he's probably a good writer. I figure if so many people like him, if he's so widely acclaimed, that there must be something about him. But I don't just sit there and be like, I'm just gonna read this shit so I can prove to people he sucks. And that's what I feel like I'm doing with Bendis. Well, not that I am doing. People want me to, because people keep going, oh Ash, you need to read this. You need to read this Bendis book. And I'm like, no, dude, I've read enough Bendis to know I know he's not good. But you haven't read this one. And I'm like, it's not going to change my mind. I mean, most likely, I guess it's possible. But it's like, I don't want to keep reading. So COVID knows the time for curfews now. Yes, Dehelim. In America, we have a special strain of COVID, which is really only deadly at 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., specifically in the Pacific time zone. So make that as you will. Isn't Newsom the one who went out to a restaurant with a group of his buddies while telling everyone to cancel Thanksgiving? Yes, he actually is. Newsom also, by the way, is the guy who locked down all the restaurants and said that when California was in lockdown, except Newsom owns his own vineyard, which has a restaurant in it. And guess what wasn't locked down? Yeah, you guessed it. His restaurant. But, you don't know this because the news doesn't fucking report this shit because they all cover up for the Democrats. And, of course, Nancy Pelosi got exposed because there was a whistleblower leaked out the footage of the hair salon that was closed to the public due to the government's orders. But Nancy Pelosi had it open special for her so she could get her hair done or whatever because she's a Marie Antoinette. That's what we're living in right now. It's the equivalent of like the French, let them eat cake. Nancy Pelosi is one of them. Let them eat ice cream. She's a fucking tyrant bitch. This says, we had crazy stuff here in Victoria, Australia. No, oh man, I've been seeing some footage of Australia. Whoo, man, Australia is not in any better situation. In some ways, Australia is even more draconian right now than America. I think, fortunately for us Americans, we still have this thing called the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which our founding fathers were genius enough to implement, which is the sole purpose of the Constitution is to limit what the government can do. And so, man, the Democrats fucking hate the Constitution because it prohibits them from doing all these things that they want to do. Australia doesn't have that. I mean, they have their own constitution, but they don't have the same like Bill of Rights, right? So the Australian government is a lot more free to lock down and do shit that you're just like, oh, fuck. Like right now in America, the government's finding a little bit harder to get away with that, although they're trying. It's eroding fast. But man, I saw that there was that woman that got arrested in Australia for posting on Facebook. They came to the home and arrested her. Oh my God. It's just fucking crazy. Sometimes I feel like we're heading into end times. I know a lot of you guys may not be religious, but the Bible talks about all this shit, believe it or not. Isn't Newsom... Oh yeah, we talked about that. See, Melissa, I stopped reading in 2015 when they retconned Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch not being mutants anymore and no longer being the children of Magneto. That was like a dagger to me. Yeah, they had to do... Didn't they do that because of the MCU? Because the MCU, they couldn't be the children of Magneto because of the whole rights thing. And so I kind of forgive Marvel a little bit of that because it does make sense from a business standpoint to make your comics match the MCU. I think they could have done it in a better way. But whatever. Shut down order by Jeff Bezos. Everyone now has to do their Christmas shopping from Amazon. Yeah, man. It's funny how all these lockdowns and all these draconian measures that are being put in place are really helping all these big techno oligarchs. Jeff Bezos became the first trillionaire in the world while this is all happening. Things that make you go, Computer Robot says, so Ash, is California still a communist state? And how is California this week, by the way? No, California is a fascist state. Even worse. The communists are up north in Oregon and Washington. But they're just two sides of the same coin. Communists and fascists are just both hardcore leftists. The communists want all the power into the people. The fascists want all the power in the hands of the corporations. But it's otherwise the same leftist ideology. Same, you don't get to own shit. You don't get freedom. We get to control what you say. That sort of stuff. You're still going to be ruled by the party. Let's see. RDV says, Oblivion song got canceled. Everyone in the book got COVID. Rumors the monsters will start practicing 6 feet apart and will send interdimensional mail-in ballots voting for Biden. Ed says, pass on the nut burger. What's a nut burger? Oh, wait. Scroll up. My nut burger in government here wants to make it mandatory for people to wear masks in their own home. Yeah. But so Ronnie understands. Pennsylvania is another... How is the state that has the fucking Liberty Bell, the state where liberty was formed, literally they wrote the Constitution in this fucking state, has turned into one of the most oppressive leftist fucking hellholes. I'll tell you why. The biggest reason why is because conservatives, they just want to be left the fuck alone. And I say they, I mean we. We just want to be left alone, and we want to leave you alone. Live and let live. That's what we want to do. That's what a conservative is. We want the government to stay out of our business. Government stay out of your business. That you live your life the way you want. You let me live the way I want. And the government only gets involved in minimal cases. Like, oh, someone's trying to invade our country? Okay, good. We got an army. You know, oh, there's criminals robbing people. Okay, well, we have a police force, right? The government has very minimal roles. That's what a conservative thinks. And because of that, conservatives don't naturally have the mindset of like, I want to tell you what to do. I want to rule your life. I want to constantly, control all the things you do and say. That's just not naturally part of a conservative's mindset. On the flip side, a leftist, a liberal, is the opposite. Liberals are the people who join the HOA, right? They're the people who were kids and they were hall monitors. They're the people that are busybodies that want to tell you, you got to follow this rule. And they just constantly want to be involved in people's lives. And because of that, they're constantly seeking power. They're constantly seeking to get in positions like your HOA. If you have a home and you live in an HOA, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those Nazi fucktards. Every one of them. You have to be a special kind of evil to become into an HOA member. Not an HOA member because you're forced into that, but to be on the board. My God. But those are just people. They just want to tell people how to live their lives. And it's you can see the conflict there, right? Like the people who don't want to tell you what to do, they're not out seeking positions to get into where they're going to tell you what to do. So naturally, government is full of leftist a-holes, like this guy in Pennsylvania, and Gavin Newsom. Ed says, sometimes people drop dead for no reason at all. Sometimes. But that's only if they pissed off Hillary Clinton. Boom, boom. Ooh, yeah, still on fire. Life in America right now makes me want to read V for Vendetta a lot. Yeah, I need to read that book. That's one of my favorite movies. I love dystopian future. V for Vendetta is one of the best. It's funny that we all watch these movies, read these books. V for Vendetta is a good one. 1984 is a great book. They made a movie. I don't think I've ever seen the movie for 1984, but even knowing so, like, I think I just don't, after reading the book, I just don't think the movie could do it justice. I think I'm going to go seek out the movie sometime because I would like to see how it's visualized, but the philosophical concepts that the book explores, I don't think can be done as well in a visual setting like a movie. But V for Vendetta, what's some other good? The Matrix. Oh God, The Matrix is what a freaking profound movie about just about reality and life and not seeing the truth for what it is. Such a great metaphor for the world we live in. Man, I could go on for days about The Matrix. But we grow up and we watch these movies and we see it. Like, if you've seen V for Vendetta, you remember the big newscaster guy who's always kind of, on the TV and like telling the populace. And there's a great line in that movie that I love where he's just like, rah, and he's like, it's time we remind them why they need us. And it's, oh man, it's so good. It's to me, it's so evocative and allegorical, if you will, of what's happening in our real world with like our news. Let's see if you guys.
Mr. Dascom, what we need right now is a clear message to the people of this country. This message must be read in every newspaper, heard on every radio, seen on every television. This message must resound throughout the entire interlink. I want this country to realize that we stand on the edge of oblivion. I want every man, woman, and child to understand how close we are to chaos. I want everyone to remember why they need us.
In the former United States, civil war continues to devastate the Midwest.
Scientists attribute this latest water shortage to the lack of rainfall the last 2 years. Ministry officials expect water coupon prices to rise.
Police have arrested 9 suspects.
Can you
Police
believe
responsible
this
for
shit?
importing avian flu
Been going on all
vaccines.
summer.
Outside the quarantine zone, a new airborne pathogen has killed 27 people.
Authorities have uncovered new evidence linking the terrorist organization called V to the St. Mary's viral attack on London 14 years.
Just think about what you just saw there. This is 20 years ago. This is a movie. Almost 20 years ago this movie was. And the book was probably 20 years, almost, 15 years before that. I don't know if those particular scenes are exactly in the book. But look what you saw there. This is 20 years ago. The news. Why they need us. Telling the people what to think. Global warming. You saw the news footage. The floods and all that stuff. Avian flu. Which is SARS. COVID is a SARS. It's prophetic. We grew up watching this shit. And then when it starts happening in real life, we're just like, oh no, you're just a tinfoil hat. Like, dude, what? Weird. It's so weird to me. Let's see. Eric says, can I borrow 2 cents? What? What's going on here? Oh, just got an email from Amazon. I crap you not. They said the V for Vendetta Absolute Edition reduced in price from $74.57 to now $74.55. Well, Amazon does fluctuating prices. It's that's a whole nother time. I don't want to go in the weeds on that, how Amazon's fluctuating prices work. But that's why. So their prices will go up and down pennies. Based on what's selling in different regions, and it's kind of fucked up when you actually find out about it. Let's see. Oh no, everyone is prepared to have Ash's stream to be taken down. Joe Epstein was like, this one time in prison, sad he didn't get a chance to finish. Jesus. Hugo Weaving was great in that movie, says Ed. I agree. I haven't read the comic yet. No slight against the comic. Comic may be fantastic. I expect that it is. Obviously, this is one of my favorite movies. This is such a fantastic dystopian future movie. And there's so much in it that you're just like, oh my God, this is, like I said, it's 20 years ago. Jimmy says, we have been here an hour and no comic. What are you talking about? I'm the comic. I've been on fire, buddy. If I had an audience, you'd hear clapping and laughing, but we're in COVID, so there's no stand-up audience. So just pretend. Use your imagination, Jimmy. Dragon Ball Talk is in the house. He says, I don't care about that crap. We want good comics. Way to have my back, Dragon Ball. Rania, ban him. Just kidding. Don't ban him, but maybe. V for Vendetta is a good book. Ash, read my comment above the Epstein one. Oh, Jesus. I heard they found a cure for cancer, but Hillary got all butthurt because she was asked to leave the country. Ash needs the CBS sitcom laugh track. I do. I really do. Jimmy says, I love how the Wachowskis went from Matrix to their next movie, V for Vendetta. Great choice. Well, technically, V for Vendetta isn't their movie, although they did help with the movie. V for Vendetta was directed by the assistant director on The Matrix. I'm drawing a blank on his name. McTeague. Something McTeague. Frank McTeague. I'm forgetting his name. Ash needs the audience cardboard cutouts. Yes, I do. All right. I've heard some complaints about comics. Let's get to some comics. Before we start, I always like to check the Comixology sales because I like sales. I like deals on comics. Comics are way too expensive. I like window shopping. And sometimes you find some really cool stuff. Why, hey, look, it's the Marvel Brute Force sale. where you can buy stupid comics like Brute Force. Holy fuck, this looks... Look at this comic. Ah! Oh my god. This looks terrible. Oh god. And this looks like it was probably from my era. Yeah, the 80s. This looks like an 80s comic. I bet Eric had this in his collection. Be honest, Eric, you had Brute Force, didn't you? He's probably going to put in the comments and just be like, this was a really good comic. That's, Simon Furman, Roger Stern. There you go. Oh, this collects Brute Force 1 through 4 and Power Pachyderms #1. Oh, I almost want to buy this to read it on the show here. Oh, here's the one that Jimmy is gonna buy. He wants this comic, Pet Avengers. Dun, 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 dun. This is so stupid. The Pet Avengers. Oh, look, there's Lockjaw and Devil Dinosaur and Lockheed. Oh, and look, they got Frog Thor. He's not a pet. Frog Thor is not a pet. Who's the cat? Is Cat is this the Captain Marvel cat that scratched Nick Fury's eyeball off? Oh, and is that Falcon's Falcon? I forgot Falcon's name. That's because Falcon is a D-list character. No one likes Falcon. Oh, look at this. Outrage. Outrage. Oh, look, and Lockjaw, he's like, outrage. Oh my god, this looks terrible. This looks cringe as fuck. Hey, look, Outrage is taking a dump on the moon. What's going on over it? That's gross. Lockjaw, he's not supposed to poop on the moon. Hey, get them while they're hot, kids. These are all on sale. How many more things are there? Avengers versus the Pet Avengers. Oh my god, it's even worse. There's Avengers versus the Pet Avengers. Oh my god. What is this cover? I don't care about Death of Wolverine, but look at... What is this cover? Holy fuck balls. Oh my god. What am I looking at? And of course, it's a fucking Gary Dugan comic. All right, what? I need to get out of here. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at this shit for. I thought it'd be funny, and then I just realized it's depressing. What else is on sale? Oh, Luke Cage. This is for Breen. He's a big Luke Cage guy. Look at all these Luke Cage books you can get. $2.50 for whole trade paperbacks. Yeah. Look at this one. Who's Genny Tartakovsky? It's like they put his name on there like he's some big name. An award-winning animator behind Dexter's Laboratory. Oh, okay. I know who that... I didn't know him by that name. I know Samurai Jack and Dexter's Lab. So they gave him a comic so that he could draw it in the same style as Dexter's Laboratory. Because that's exactly what Luke Cage needed. When I was, I've never been a Luke Cage fan. And it's really because when I was reading Luke Cage, I was like, this needs to be more like Dexter's Laboratory style. Like, this is just not cool enough the way that it is. If it was drawn like Dexter's Lab, fuck yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Holy shit. Should I read this for the upcoming? Come on. I'm going to put this on the borrow, and I'll wait for you guys to... If you guys don't want me to, I can always return it. Oh, fuck. Speaking of returning, I got to return more shit. Return that. Return that. What other shit? I hate that they won't let you hold enough books. I know I bitch about this all the time. Jimmy saw God of Thunder. He's like, yes, read God of Thunder. Don't see it, Jimmy. Just look away. Look away, Jimmy. Okay. I got Cage checked out. So I want to hear some feedback. Do you guys want me to... It's a 4-issue series. Do you think I'll be doing it for Breen, because I know that's what he would wants to see. Let's go down. What else we got? Oh, DC's doing their big Black Friday stuff. I talked about this last time. There's 2,000 fucking comics. Not just comics, trades. Super deals. DC's got a lot of good stuff. What else? Lots of crazy stuff. Oh, I saw this earlier. You guys, this is a really good deal. If you want some good deals on comics and good comics, what's his name? Sham Dasami. What's his first name? God, I always forget. It's got the hardest name. Not quite as hard as Comic Quirks, but almost. Anyways, the 2012 Valiant era through 2018, before they sold to the CCP company. This was the greatest era of Valiant, and you can get fucking up everything that they did. That may be Faith. I don't know about Faith, but Bloodshot, fucking bomb. Exo Manowar by Robert Venditti, fucking amazing. Ninjak had Clayman art with Matt Kent writing, amazing. The second Exo Manowar series was Matt Kent. But look at these prices. These are all trade paperbacks. $1.99. Normally they're $10 digitally. You can get them for 99 cents, get a full trade. I'm telling you, Bloodshot, this volume 1, check it out. This is amazing. It's a story unto itself, but it keeps going if you want more. This Exo Manowar is one of my favorite superhero books. This Robert Venditti will sell you on Exo. This book is fucking. I think I read this live on this. I'm getting old, I can't remember, but the second Exo is really great. 99. Like, look at this, all 99 cents. So check this out. Get yourself some good comics. Stop buying shitty bad comics. There you go. Speaking of good comics, I'm gonna go ahead and read you some good comics. Oops, I got my phone beeping. I'm not gonna check it though, cause yeah. Let's see. Dragon Ball says it looks fun. The pets. Oh, Dragon Ball, you. Ronnie says, "Don't you dare compare Brute Force to the Pet Avengers. Pet Avengers had great art and stories." I don't know. I'm thinking Brute Force might be better. I'd like to see him go toe to toe though. Brute Force versus Pet Avengers. That's the comic I want to see. I gotta scroll up. Let's see. Ever read any Indiana Jones comics, says RDV? Is there any good Indiana Jones comics? I would if there were good ones. I don't know if there are. RDV says, don't be mean because Marani likes the Pet Avengers. I'm not being mean. It looks cringe. Rania, I'm sorry. It looks cringe. Why do you talk crap about me a lot? It kind of makes me want to leave. I've been so nice to you. What do you mean talking crap about you? Am I talking crap about you? Just talking crap about the name you picked. It's kind of hard to say. My tongue gets tongue-tied real easy. Sorry, I'm not trying to talk crap about you. Jimmy's a really good guy. I actually was complimenting on you. You like made one of the good jokes of the night. But I'm sorry. I'm like one of those comics that's like picked out someone in the crowd to like make jokes for that. And so I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm not trying to make the jokes at your expense. That was bad. I'll pick on Breen. Breen takes it better. Let's see. Tehillim says, now let's get Gabby Rivera and Bendis on the same comic for Pet Avengers. It can be the new America Chavez of comics. Give Ash all of those for us, says Dragon Ball. Well, Dragon Ball, you can chip in. It says, I read that Cage book and it's really funny. Not good at all, but it's so bad it's fun. Well, that sounds like an endorsement to read live. Ash on Cringe says, Eric Breen says, Sweet Christmas, no. That sounds like another endorsement. Let's see. Ash read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters. Pass. Risey's here. Says, found you RDV. That's how you know how shitty I am. Is when people are coming to the channel to find people in the chat. It's not the guy whose channel it is. They're here for the RDV. See Quirks, I'm shitting on myself too. I'm not just picking on you. RDV says I never hide. That's fucking unfortunate for the rest of us. Oh, did I say that out loud? RDV says Risey loves Hickman's X-Men. Well, someone has to, I guess. All right. Well, I'm finally caught up, so it's time to get onto the books. We are Thief of Thieves, number 6. Boom, shakalaka. Let's go full screen. Let's give this the big treatment. Ash on Comics drama. You guys can't wait. I've kept you in suspense long enough. Damn it. That's the last of my tea. All right. Got Monster flowing through my veins. Here we go for the grand finale. 3, 2, 1. Dear Augustus. All right, we're in. By the time you read this, you'll be breathing outside air again. About damn time, Price. You'll be sitting in a home that's yours. In spirit, if not in title. Mabel, you're out in 5, 4, 3. You'll be able to feel love and be surrounded by it. You won't be alone. I have spent too many years thinking about all the mistakes I have made as a father. Okay, lights off. Start walking, girl. Drop 'em. Thinking about how much more I could have given you. The lessons I should have taught you. And the ones I did, but never should have. Come on, come on, come on. Just give me a minute. But hopefully, what I do now should at least show you something. In this life, there will always be things you want. Things other men have claim to, or things you just think will make other men admire you. And if you're clever enough or brave enough, you can take those things. You can make them yours. But the problem is, as I said before, there will always be things. There will always be more to covet, more to steal. And if you look at those things too hard, too often, you will lose what you really needed all along. What the fuck is going on down there? Just like I did. So take this last bit of advice from the old man who always let you down. No, no, no. Don't chase things. Chase what belongs to you and you alone. Find someone who will love you and pass that love on to children of your own. Protect what's yours. Value it. Treasure it. Never let it go. Live the life of a man who wants nothing else. If you do that, you will have the life I could never steal. Take care, son. Love, Dad. Watch it. The Thief and His Betrayal, or You Can't Trust Anyone These Days. Lawyer. 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 That's him. Bring in the next one. We didn't get the other two. One was gone before we made it to the door. The other we lost in pursuit. Not my problem. I gave the information to you. That's all. That was the deal. I was telling you for your own good. Figure you'll be looking for someplace quiet and remote soon, yeah? Not your problem. Look. Look. If you want, I can talk to my bosses. Witness relocation budget ain't what it used to be, but I can take care of myself just fine, thanks. Conrad, please. There are things we can do that money can't, you know? What's the latest on Augustus's plea? On your side, I mean. Paperwork is in. We should be able to get it to a judge Monday. Have him out to processing by the next morning. This isn't how I wanted all this to go down. I'm serious, Conrad. Don't get me wrong. I wanted you in chains pretty damn bad. Not my thing. But this I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. As evidenced by the fact that you don't wish it on me. Oh, come on. You think I'm enjoying this? After quitting time. Or, she's enjoying this. Here's to number 4, motherfuckers. Gotta hand it to you, Cohen. You're a stubborn pain in the ass, but it looks like it all finally came through for you. The mighty Redmond brought to his knees, turning snitch. Well, you know, fellas, winners have an aura about them. Oh, Jesus, here she goes. What? I'm just saying, if you believe in yourself and you persevere, hey, maybe you might close a case once in a while, Doris. And it might not even cost the department $4 million. Fuck you, Hammond. Besides, not my money, just my hunt. Well, I just want to know one thing, Cohen. What was the look on that prick's face? You know what, fellas? I see no reason to disparage the dead. The man was a soldier, and it was an honor to wage war against him. Not many left like him. To Redmond. To Redmond. Jesus, this is a lot of shots. What goes around, or what comes around? Hi, Redmond. Blam! Celia. I was just about to call you. I bet. Hi, Celia. Not sure if you're at the bottom of a river yet, or just at the part where they separate you from your limbs, but hey, either way, give me a call back. Celia. I gotta admit, Redmond, I knew you could go fucking low, but I had no idea you could drop this far. A goddamn rat? You? Celia. And to set me up? Me? After everything we've been through together? I fucking loved you. Or at least lusted after you. In the privacy of my own home. With the door closed. Celia. Blam! Jesus Christ, Celia. What I don't get is how you were even stupid enough to come back here. If you would just give me a second, Hold on, guys. I gotta take this. Probably Bev crawling on her hands and knees promising some new rank shit. If she's that smart. No. You fucked me, you piece of shit. You fucked me good. And up the ass here. You fucked all of us. No, I didn't. Cohen here. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. My kid's gonna grow up without his mommy. Do you get that? They're going to put me down, Redmond. They'll make it hurt, too. You know they will. No, they won't. Grandin, Chase, Chen, Henry. Wait. What? Of course they will. I just sent 4 of Arno's best guys to the lockers on a job he didn't even approve. No, you didn't. Lucky day, gentlemen. You're free to go. I'm to take you up to processing. What the fuck do you mean we have to let them go? No, 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 no. You lying son of a bitch. Celia, please just listen to me. I can explain. That's not the end. We might have another issue. I thought 6 was the end. There's more, and I must know what that is. We can't end here. What the hell's this? To get the job, you'll have to take it. Only the best will make Redmond's crew and the new Internet Explorer 10 Thief of Thieves experience. Ooh. Internet Explorer doesn't even exist anymore. That's how dated this comic is. I wonder if that website's still here, though. IE10 Be the Thief. IE10 Be the Thief. I like that issue, though. Nice dramatic. I really thought we were going to get to the end, but there's obviously a twist. They're building to it. All right. Let's see if I can remember. My memory's so short. IE10 Be the Thief, was that? Let's go over. IE10 Be the Thief. Com. Oh. No. It's there's something about writing a thesis. Okay. Too bad. We missed out. No back issues for websites. RDV says 4 issues long. Okay, where am I? Tehillim says RDV and Ashland Comics will hide from Candygate. I'm not hiding from Candygate. I just had some Milky Ways a couple of episodes ago. Those Milky Ways Simply Caramels are great. RDV says he does, but he makes more sense than a lot of people who are sober. Oh, you're talking about Risey drinking a lot. Jimmy says, no one is here for RDV. We are here for Breen and Ash. What are you talking about? Risey's here for RDV. He's not here for me. RDV says, this book is like Ocean's 11, except better. Hush your mouth, RDV. What you talking about? Don't you be talking trash about Ocean's 11. That's a great movie. But I agree. I do like this book. I ain't into indie books except Mortal Kombat, Hack and Slash, and the rest. Oh, Dragon Ball, we're going to convert you. That's my goal. Get you into some little bit more sophisticated books. It's okay to like your Mortal Kombat and Hack and Slash. That's fine. But you can like other things too. You can broaden your horizons. Like more than just that. Have your cake and eat it too, if you know what I'm saying. Let's see. Ronnie says, oh, snap. Redmond's going to get shot like Tony Stark did by Kathy Dare. I don't know. I think Redmond's going to talk his way out of it. Redmond's kind of a little Han Solo-ish in that way. RDV says, I'm part of Hall's cough drop gate. Oh, man. RDV's spreading the COVID all over the place. Computer robot, let the age boomer and Troy know about the Franklin Richards retcon. Oh, I don't know where you go. We need to indoctrinate. I mean, educate Jimmy on Dragon Ball talk. Yes, we need to indoctrinate. Definitely. Ash on indoctrination. There we go. That's what I'm all about. I think we're making pretty good time here. I normally seek to end the show around midnight, my time. It's 11:40. Got 20 minutes. I think I get through this comic book. It'll be right on time. People are complaining that it's taking long. I thought we had a pretty good show tonight. You guys have been pretty active in the chat. I thought I was a little bit more energetic tonight than normal and bringing a little bit of fun. I mean, Eric Breen hasn't fallen asleep yet. I mean, come on. That's saying something. Yeah, Eric, you should go to the Dollar Tree and get yourself some Monster Dragon teas with yerba mate. And then tell Bats you're drinking them, and he'll probably send you a comic or something. It tastes like dirt. Dirt and energy. All right, here we are. The main event comic, The Invincible Iron Man, number 6. I think this is the last of this story arc, so that'll trip things up. I thought I picked 2 6-issue books. We'll see how this goes. Eric is like, zzz. Of course. As soon as I mention that, he's going to fall asleep. Dragon Ball says, I like the Marvel, make mine Marvel, draw the line at $2.99. Wait, you're mixing Marvel and DC up. That was a DC thing. All right, here we go. On some Iron Man. Hold on to your panties. That was not directed at you, Jimmy. Don't get butthurt. I know you think I'm picking on you. I'm not picking on you. But if you wear panties, I'm still, that's fine. I'm not judging. Oops. Here we go. I don't know if you hear my dog snoring in the background. It's making for some good airtime. Come on, dog. I'm trying to do a show here. I hear it in my headphones. I'm not sure if you guys can hear. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Stark Industries, Long Island, New York. I did it. I did what nobody could do. Tony Stark. Tuh. Dead as hell. Beat that, Dad. Tell you what, let's get what's left of you out of this tin can, Stark, yeah? Get that $1 billion corpse of yours on the news. Get down to the guts of you. Come on, Stark. You can't keep your public waiting. Wah, wah, wah. Damn it. Tony Stark is the Invincible Iron Man in The Five Nightmares, Part 6. Irrational Actors. I'm 12 minutes out from Long Island. Checkmate, you little brat. Sasha, give the all-clear order to the other squads. Tell them to detonate at will. Zeke, they're not all in place yet. I don't care where the bomb teams are. Stark sent Iron Man squads to stop us. It's now or never. Roger that. Powering up on all points now. You were the weirdest boyfriend I ever had, Ezekiel Stain. Love you too. I needed to be an army, and I needed to be in 4 places at once, so I improvised. In Tokyo, in Valencia, where I was too late to stop the mess from being made, in LA, getting the last of the tourists and staff out of harm's way. Just like chess, just like anything, it's multitasking. And it's not like these old suits were doing anything but gathering dust. Come on, then. Disarm and surrender. This is not a request. We couldn't stop now. Not even if we wanted. Iron Man, all points, all locations. Shut them down. Now. The air goes electric. They sound like 10,000 televisions coming on all at once. A high-pitched whine hiding on the edge of hearing. Director Stark, it's Maria. We've got, in 3 locations, 3 bombers each. They're all online now, Tony. Putting off serious energy signatures. Great, Pepper. Patch the signals over and I'll task the Iron Man to take them out. Director Stark, if those things blow, even with the evacuations, They won't reach critical mass. I promise. The Iron Men engage the bombers while their charges build. The crackle of ozone and the low drone of the repulsor bombs, the modern day equivalent of a ticking bundle of dynamite. I manage the fights remotely, all over the world. I don't want to kill anyone. I want to stop them using non-lethal containment tactics. For all of Stain's innovations, his human bombs need time to power up, and that's when I make my move. Damn it! Which one of you is Stark? Look up. Sorry I'm late. Stark! Hold still. I'm trying to arrest you. Arrest me? You're too late to even kill me, old man. 2 martyrs find their god in L.A. 1 madman lights up in Tokyo in the name of Japan's lost glory. And here on Long Island, 2 more begin their final ignition sequence. Too late. I'm too late. I'm too late. It's cool, Tony. This'll all be over soon. Don't make me. Shut them down. You don't have to. It's the perfect kill shot. And the runt sure makes it tempting. Do it then. Get it over with. Not quite. A stunt this big, it's once in a lifetime. Stark? Tony? No feed. LA goes dark. The last remaining bomber gasps for air that won't come. In Tokyo, darkness envelops anything mechanical, including the 2 men looking to join their brother in infamy. And here on Long Island, too. Every piece of electronics, anything feeding on any kind of current, including the remaining bombers, shuts down. As electronics is kind of my industry, that's a pretty big deal. as many iterations of the Iron Man as are on site at Stark facilities around the world, as many Stark technologies that have weapons applications or could be weaponized. You really think I didn't have an off switch? Electromagnetic pulse. That's suicide. You just destroyed. How could you just throw away trillions of dollars? You just destroyed your own company, your own technology. Time out. Time out. Threw away trillions of dollars. Okay, I'm going to put this on the back burner. We'll come back to the throwaway trillions of dollars. We'll keep going the story. Our technology, Stain. I just destroyed our technology. I may have been too late to stop all the bombers, but at least I'll bring you in alive. See, now it's just you. And me. Kick. Don't need tech to beat you down, old man. Old man. Old man. Old man. I'm gonna be the death of you. Not yet. Oof. Jerk. Dude just crashed a rock in his face. What is the point of fighting mano a mano like this if you're just gonna use lethal weapons on people? I don't know. Good. You rode my node. Good start. Grah. Smash. You little psychopath. You murderous lunatic. Poof. Ugh. A mind like yours, Zeke. A mind like yours. You could have saved the world if you wanted to. Just like your old man. You invented and sold weapons to people around the world, then punished them for daring to actually use the damn things. I don't build the people I kill, Tony. In the face of the future, my dad was just like you. Yesterday's hero. Tell you a secret about your dad, Ezekiel. He was crazy too. Pig, fascist, oppressor. Shut up. Look at you. What have you done with your life? Come up with new excuses to kill pregnant women and old men in the name of ideology. Smarter than you capitalist warmonger, you death profiteer, you. You think I haven't heard that before? You think I give a damn what people think about me? I'm trying to save the world even when it doesn't see it. You're just trying to kill people and get rich. Then do it. Do what you always do. To threats that you can't buy off or understand. Either shut the hell up, Stark, or kill me. Okay, Ezekiel. Okay. Your dad was smarter than you. And harder to beat. He finally shuts up. But we both know he's right. Stain is the future. He and I both know it. Stain, son of rogue industrialist Obadiah Stain, is in SHIELD custody tonight, believed to be the terrorist mastermind behind recent bombings around the world. Arrested by Tony Stark personally at Long Island facilities. Director Stark? Are you in here, sir? Yeah. Can we? Yeah. Stain's locked down to your specifications. He hasn't said a word since his arrest. We're still working on tracking his primary accomplice down. The other bombers. at the other facilities. I mean, what happened to them? They died, Tony. The way Stain rigged their hearts to his equipment when the electromagnetic pulse hit. How many? 4. Yeah. It was the EMP that killed them. Yes, sir. Whatever it was that Stain did to them, the electronics were hardwired to their hearts. When the EMP cut power, it... Yeah. Dismissed, both of you. Tony, Go. Please. I had 5 nightmares. 5 things that make me toss and turn at night. 5 things that gnaw on me during the day. But you, Stain, you've given me a 6th. You show me what kind of man I have to become. What kind of things I have to do to keep my nightmares from coming true. Pretty interesting. You can see Spider-Man in the next issue. Iron Man does whatever an iron can. Oh, does. I'm not sure what I think about this. This is kind of an underwhelming ending, if this is an ending. I'm assuming it's an ending. This doesn't look like it keeps going after this. It starts a new arc. It's a cool cover there, though. Do like that cover. I was curious to see how Spider-Man looked under this art. Yeah, it was okay. I just think the fight with Ezekiel was a little anticlimactic. Interesting to see like the tones that are probably when this book was written. This book was written like 10 years ago. I'm not sure if Antifa was a thing 10 years ago, but it wasn't like the thing that it is today. And Ezekiel really struck me, especially the way Fraction was writing him here, really struck me as like an Antifa type guy, like, which is cool. It's cool to see like Marvel heroes against Antifa instead of being on the side of Antifa, as you'd see them today. But I don't know. It just seemed like, yeah, just the fight was anticlimactic. I never liked the idea of remote piloted suits. I always thought remote piloted Iron Man suits are the cheapest idea. And I think it takes Iron Man into a place that it's just really somewhere that Marvel should never go. It should never open that can of worms, because Tony can literally make armies of Iron bots. I mean, like, you know, like Doom has his Doom bots. But it doesn't make sense that a suit can power itself. Like, it also doesn't make sense that Iron Man or Tony would build a suit that could power itself, because there's so much empty space, you know, for the human body to fit in the suit. There's so much more space there that could be used for actual other components. That doesn't make... I don't know. I don't necessarily disbelieve that Tony couldn't make, you know, his own like robots that look like Iron Man. I think he probably could, you know, Doom like Doom bots. I just don't like that the suits can do that. They could just be piloted by themselves. I always thought that was a really bad road to go. I really hated Iron Man 3. There's so many things I hated about Iron Man 3, the movie. That was one of the things I didn't like. One of the things I did like is how he decided to blow them all up. Somewhat I liked that. On the other side, I didn't like that he just blew up like what we saw in this comic book, where Stain's like, you just blew up trillions of dollars of stuff. Like, you just blew it away. So, remember I said hold that thought? We're going to put that on the back burner. So recently there was this Daredevil comic where everyone's like talking shit about Daredevil. Like, oh, you're just going to, Tony Stark has him throw. Dude just threw away, according to Stain's estimates, trillions of dollars of technology and equipment and infrastructure. Tony Stark's willing to just throw that away. This is definitely a guy that I would ask to buy or the Hell's Kitchen. Like, dude, you just that's less stupid than what just happened here. And it's just less stupid than what happened in Iron Man 3, which feels like it was inspired by this. Like, I'm just going to blow up all my suits. But what? Anyways, let's see what you guys have to say here. Okay. Imagine if Ash farted really loud on the mic. Imagine that's what Venkman's thinking about. That's really weird. RDV says he'd blame the dog. Yeah, I would. Yeah. Truth. Ronnie says, oh, snap. Hulkbuster armor. Yeah, that was a nice little Easter egg there. Venkman says, where's the Nutbuster armor? Ronnie responds, that's the one he wears in the Can't Write Well run. Snap. A good one. That was a good comeback, Ronnie. Nice. Venkman says, the Bob Layton design? Bob Layton's design is an amped up version of the Gene Colan design. Oh, now we're getting really comic book nerdy. Dragon Ball says, I saw a Technovore cartoon movie, so do kill him. I read Better Iron Man. Well, do tell, Dragon Ball Talk, which Better Iron Man did you read? RDV says, you broke my node. Trust me, it's only the beginning with Ezekiel and his girlfriend and others. Oh, okay. Melissa's taken off. She says, bye, guys. Oh, it just ticked midnight. So Melissa's turning into a pumpkin. She's got to go. Melissa, it was always a pleasure to have you here. I hope you got some entertainment tonight. Thank you for coming by. Let's see. Tony had to use a remote armor back in the day of him being close to death from his spine chip failing. It was actually cool how it was written and also hard on him physically to do it. Yeah, I'm not saying that this has never been done before, like it's breaking continuity. That's not my argument. I just think having this exist at all, you're just opening a can of worms. Like you can't put the genie back in the bottle, right? Once you establish that Tony's like the first step that I've said this before, that other people could wear the Iron Man armor. That was the first problem. You shouldn't, like, kind of rule number one of superheroes is only the superhero should be able to be the superhero. That's like what makes them special, right? Imagine like Superman. Imagine if all of his power came from like a magic ring and he could just take the ring off and give it to someone else. Like, and then they would just be Superman. It would take away a lot of the specialness. Like the idea that only Superman can be Superman is very important. Only Spider-Man can be Spider-Man. Tony Stark is like a tech hero, right? So his powers come from a suit that he manufactured and he wears, and now he has powers. So he's a little bit different. He's essentially the ring that you can put on someone else's finger. But Marvel created a really interesting scenario about the arc reactor or whatever, and making it like it only kind of worked for him, like the combination. And you're like, oh, okay, it's a little hokey thing, you know. That's how comics get. They're kind of hokey. You get bit by a radioactive spider, you get spider powers. That's hokey, but you know, for comics, we buy it. As soon as you open the can of worms to be like, well, here, Rhodey can wear the suit now. Yes, they explain it. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. No, I'm not talking about that. From a writing standpoint, you just open this can of worms of like, oh, so we could just make, I don't know, thousands of these suits of armors, and we could just train up like special forces operatives, like Navy SEAL equivalent people. People also had really high IQs, really, high aptitude. Like, and we'll put them in and we'll create like this ultimate super force of like 1,000 Iron Man soldiers. Why wouldn't you do that? Like, obviously that's what you would do. And so now you start opening this and like, now you have to have Tony fighting it and being like, no one can ever use my armor but me and people that I approve. And then you get some dialogue like you saw in this series where I had to side with Maria Hill. As much as I don't like Maria Hill, she's making good arguments about, hey, Tony, like, you sit around and you do this, but like good SHIELD agents are dying daily because you won't let them do what their job in an Iron Man suit. And it really contradicts the whole points that Iron Man's, Tony Stark stands for. But it has to be done that way because for the sake of the comic, like, so now the writers, essentially it's like the writers have written themselves into a corner. I'm not saying it doesn't necessarily make sense or you can't explain it away, but you create this problem. So in my opinion, the best thing to do is write plausible explanations of why only Tony can wear this. Oh, I'd love to just give this suit to anyone, except unfortunately it only works for me. That's the way the technology works. Like, right? That works better. That way it doesn't compromise Tony's personal character, because right now he's kind of a selfish bastard. Is like, look, I do have the power. I have the power to make other people superpowered, but I'm not going to let them because only I am qualified to do so because I'm an elitist prick. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't write yourself into that corner. That's my problem. And also, he can afford to blow up trillions of dollars. Like, Tony's just unlimited resources. And while he's unlimited resources, keep in mind, he's destroyed the most profitable parts of his organization and now he makes toasters. So it's just like this weird sort of idealistical scenario that doesn't make any sense. And it's just, I don't know, it weakens the whole overall. That's just my opinion. Dragon says, I died in Predator hunting grounds. Thanks, Ash. Are you in a video game? Eric says, it's 3 and the phone is ringing. Someone wake up Joe. What? I don't know what Eric's talking about. He's delirious again. Someone wake up Joe. Oh, is that a Joe Biden joke? Is that the thing they were saying about Hillary? Get the 3 a.m. phone call? Man, I'm not with it. The flaw of people wearing Tony's original armor, unless it's tuned to them, specifically, it would mess them up. So there were plot points to it. Yeah, except that he could put the armor on like Rhodey. Didn't seem like he needed to do much tuning. And plus, like I said, he didn't need necessarily like his personal armor. I'm saying he could build many, many suits for other people. Because the other thing about Tony Stark, which is something I liked, by the way, is that when he wore the Iron Man suit, he had all this power that the suit kind of provided him, right? Like he had blasters and sometimes missiles and whatever things, energy weapons and repulsors and all the gadgets that you can imagine that this suit could do. That's cool. Like it even made him like super strong. He could fly. And he's obviously got armor, makes him tough. But one of the Achilles heel things, like one of the weaknesses of Iron Man is that it was piloted by Tony Stark. Tony Stark is a rich industrialist, right? But he's not exactly a super trained, physically fit badass. He's not Batman, right? He's not Bruce Wayne, and like he's just a dude. He's an Elon Musk type of guy. The suit makes him super, but he's not like a naturally gifted fighter, and stuff like that. So that was sort of a cool compromise. I like that. But in reality, I would think, well, Tony Stark's actually not the best candidate to wear the armor. The best candidate would be a highly trained individual with very high, high levels of dexterity, hand-eye coordination, super fast reflexes, things like that to pilot the suit. Just like a pilot, right? Or like a race car driver. Like there's people that have natural aptitudes for certain things that Tony wouldn't have. But I'm fine with that. I want Tony to actually be. I want Iron Man to not be like, because that's what's cool. So you see, like, Captain America fights Iron Man. Well, Iron Man's got tons of power, but he doesn't have the skill, and so that it's a cool trade-off. But it would make more sense to put the suit on Captain America, is what I'm saying. The flaw people Happy became a freak when he wore the suit. Dragon Ball said, "Don't look invincible." RDV says, "Good night, I'm passing out." Well, stop drinking, man. Damn, you could turn into alcoholic. Good night, RDV. It's pretty early for you, man. Surprised you're going to bed before Eric Breen? What the hell's the world coming to, man? This is 2020. Jeez. Oh, that's right. He's drugged up because he's sick. I'm sorry, RDV. You get better. You tuck yourself in. Get nice and warm. Put the covers. Tuck them under your chin. There you go. Get your blankie. Eric says, "Good night, Vanky." Jimmy says, "Discord." I don't know. Does anyone else want to go on Discord? Says, "Not many can fly his armor drunk and survive." One of the main weaknesses, let's see, I gotta switch over. One of the main weaknesses in the beginning with Stark and the armor is the chest plate, which kept him alive, needed recharging. They fixed that with an artificial heart. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have fixed that. It's one of the things I was kind of getting at, Maranya. Rania someday will have an educating Ash on Iron Man. Well, I'd be down for that. Stark actually learned badass fighting from Captain America in the plot line where his armor was controlled by Justin Hammer and he killed a man. Ronnie, I'm not sure you know how long it takes to become a badass fighter. But you don't just learn it overnight. I know in comic books you can go through like a 2-week training class and then you can become a Robin and then you can fight all the world's most baddest bad guys. So I guess maybe in comic world Tony can learn to fight, but generally people need like decade or more of training. It's like, and if Marvel Universe is really a snapshot of time. And again, I don't want Tony to be a badass fighter. Like, that's one of the things about his character that should be his weakness, is that he's a corporate techie guy in a super powered suit. The suit it compensates for him, but he himself, like that scene where he's fighting Ezekiel at the end of this comic here, I didn't like that. To me, that's not Tony Stark. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. Like, Tony wins with his brain. Tony makes the machines. He's the quintessential, like, the caveman who beats, not the caveman, the crow, was it? The Homo sapien that beats the Cro-Magnon because he learned to use, like, tools. Like, Tony is the guy who builds the proper tool for the situation because he himself is not equipped, like, naturally to do these things. I think that makes for, when a character can just do everything, that's like the Mary Sue thing, right? Like, I like that Tony can't. He's got things that he's not good at. It should be that way. Jimmy says, "Eric, you will not steal my show." Wait, wasn't it technically Eric's show? I'm confused now. Breen says he had been Iron Man for years when that happened. He had picked up a few fighting skills along the way. Oh boy. All right, you guys can have your Mary Sue Iron Man. That's fine. Jimmy, Ash needs more educating than you. See? You thought you were being besmirched, Jimmy? You just need to start manning up. Take it. Ronnie says it was more self-defense because Tony lost his armor. It was more self-defense. Are you talking about the fight scene that I was talking about? Because Tony initiated it while Stain was just sitting there hunched over. Tony started fighting him. I don't think that was self-defense. Did computer robots say? Oh no, Melissa's saying bye, computer robots, and Maranya. Maranya says night again, Melissa. RDV says indoctrinating Ash, a new experiment KGB show featuring Comrade Venkman and Comrade Breen. That would be funny. Indoctrinating Ash. Oh man. Jimmy, he was just kidding anyway about the educating thing. There's a play. They're not trying to steal your show. Let's see. Maranya says, no, when Tony learned fighting from Captain America. Oh, yeah. So Tony is equivalent of a white belt. That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, he learned a few things. But he's not all of a sudden super soldier. Jimmy says, I know, Ash, I was having fun. You're not here to have fun, Jimmy. You're here to learn. Now pay attention. Stop goofing around. I'm just kidding. Don't get upset at me. It's time to go, guys. It's after midnight, and you guys have been really great. You indulged me. You let me F around on my own show. You mocked me, but only to a small amount. So you didn't make me go to bed crying like many nights Eric Breen does. So for that, I thank you. Let's see. Jimmy says, okay, I'll see you on Discord. Wait, did anyone say they were going to Discord? I'll go if there's going to be more than one person. I don't know. I got, anyways, I'm in the middle of my goodbyes. I'm like, I get so distracted so easy. I'm like, shiny. Thank you for indulging me, letting me goof off. I had fun tonight. I really did. And I think this is one of the better streams that I've done. I at least feel good about it. Hopefully you do too. I appreciate the interaction. I appreciate the joking around. Appreciate you guys having fun. I appreciate you guys having fun with each other. I like this hangout. This is the whole goal of this, is to hang out. If you made it this far, you probably already figured that out for yourself and know. But I just like to reiterate that. I don't know what we'll be doing Sunday. I'm guessing we're going to be doing Thief of Thieves. I don't think I'll be doing Iron Man. So maybe we'll have to do a special single issue of something. I wonder what sort of single issue comic we could do as a one-off that might be really fun to do, you know, that we could treasure together. Eric, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we could have a good comic that we would treasure. Well, I'll just leave you with that little tidbit morsel. You guys can figure it out. Eric says, say goodnight already. Screw you, buddy. I'm going home.